City of Cincinnati. This is your boy, Stanley Soul Train Jefferson, and I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season as much as I did. We're going to start this brand new year of 2023 with some sports. Yes, sports. Basketball season is already in session, and we're going to have head coach Andre Tate and the Winton Woods High School boys basketball team here to discuss their season and their upcoming game on the road as they face Little Miami on the road. So Warrior Nation and basketball fans everywhere, and especially here in the Tri-State, you definitely don't want to miss this. You know, we're going to be having a blast, talking basketball, and some great things too. He shoots! He scores! Yeah! Hoo, 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 hoo. Yeah, you know it. You know it. Yes, sirree. This is going to be a blast this year. You definitely don't want to miss this. So, everyone, just remember, everyone wins here on Set the Record Straight with Soul Train. And keep it fresh, Cincinnati. Holla at your boy. What's up, Cincinnati? Coming up Tuesday on Set the Record Straight with Soul Train, we're going to have Senior Communications and Marketing Coordinator Will Lampkin of the Cincinnati Youth Collaboration to talk with us about the great opportunities students can gain from being in the program, and also how the nonprofit organization is preparing students for their bright future. So don't forget to watch us Tuesday on Spectrum at Waycross Community Media, and also while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe me on my YouTube page, which is Broadcasting Genius, and like my Facebook page. What's up, Cincinnati? This is your boy Stanley Soul Train Jefferson, and I'm in need of your help because I'm currently looking for a technical director that's willing to be trained on operating cameras and graphics for my show. Now, this is a volunteer position, not a paid position, as you will get an extra leg up and a head start from your peers on learning how to operate the cameras, the technical stuff behind the scenes for a TV talk show like mine, like you would at a TV station for an internship. So think about it as an internship. If you want to learn more about this position, feel free to email me at sbj285@yahoo.com. Again, that email is sbj285@yahoo.com. And trust me, this is an opportunity for you to get connections from the guests that I have on my show, and also to learn a thing or two on what I do as a talk show host. So if you want to learn more about this, feel free to email me right here. Once again, sbj285@yahoo.com. This is ideal for residents here in the Forest Park area, Green Hills. And I'm also calling out all college kids going to college at UC, Xavier, Northern Kentucky University, Thomas More, all the colleges, and also high school students too. I can use your help too. So, if you want to learn more, email me. And until next time, keep it fresh, Cincinnati. What's up, Cincinnati? This is Stanley Soul Train Jefferson here to tell you about my first ever episode of Set the Record Straight with Soul Train next week, as we're going to have Candace Terrell of Fierce Marketing here to talk about her firm and what's it like to work in public relations. We're also going to be discussing the experiences and benefits that you can garner from working in this profession. So, for all you high school and college kids out there that's willing to work in this profession in the future, you might want to listen in on my show next week. You can learn a thing or two, and don't forget to keep it fresh, Cincinnati. What's up, Cincinnati sports fans? This is Stanley Soul Train Jefferson, and we're talking sports here on Set the Record Straight with Soul Train, as we're going to have the Colerain High School Cardinal football team to talk about their season and their 2-game winning streak as they face the Middletown Middies on Friday. So for all you high school football fans out there, and especially those of you at Colerain, you don't want to miss this. So watch me on Thursday here on Spectrum at Waycross Community Media. What's up, Cincinnati? Well, it's the new sports edition of Set the Record Straight with Soul Train. I'm Stanley Soul Train Jefferson. Well, last week I told you all that I was going to have a mystery guest, and that mystery guest is here in Studio B at Waycross Community Media. And I'm telling you, this is going to be a show that you're not going to forget. I told you all that. And I'm going to give you some clues on who this mystery guest is. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to reveal something that I'm wearing today. So check this out. Yeah, representing the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, I gotta take this off. Yep, it has to do with the Cincinnati Bengals. Unfortunately, it's not the team. However, it's someone that you see every time at the banks during tailgating. And I had a privilege seeing him a couple of times. He's one of the biggest fans in Cincinnati Bengals history, I'm telling you. Absolutely the biggest history. So, you want to know who that person is? Do you really want to know? Do you really, really, really want to know? All right. Drum roll, please. The mystery guest on Set the Record Straight with Soul Train Sports Edition is Bingo Jim!
What's up? What's up, Soul Train?
What's up, my man?
Man, life is good. Life is good.
It's great to have you on my show, my man. It's great to have you.
If you haven't been to a tailgate, I don't care if it's our tailgate or anybody's, but get down there. The experience, pregame experience of enjoying a tailgate before going to the game. Nothing beats that. I don't care if you have a 50-inch flat screen TV at home and a comfortable couch. Nothing beats that game day experience in a pregame. And
as you can see, you know, I'm showing pictures of the tailgating experience and other adventures that you got to be involved with the Bengals. I mean, when you look at these pictures here, I mean, especially this one right here. I'm going to start with this one right here. When you look at these pictures that you sent to me earlier, what does that say to you and especially the fans?
You know, I just think it's a lot of fans. It's interesting. We get this comment every home game. Hey, this is my first time ever experiencing a tailgate, and I have never had. They never had any idea that's how it went. Right? The food, the beers, pops, and waters, and the margarita bar, the Bloody Mary bar, all the things that we're doing down there, having fun together in a very safe, family-friendly atmosphere. Once you come to a tailgate, I promise you'll be hooked. You'll be hooked because it is so much fun. We got people come to tailgates down there, Soul Train, that don't go to the games. They'll come down and tailgate and find a spot somewhere on the banks or OTR, somewhere in Northern Kentucky to watch the game. So we've even had people say, you know what, I've got season tickets because of this tailgate. And that's every week we get that comment. So if you haven't experienced a tailgate, man, I'm telling you, get down there. You will have a blast. The weather this week's going to be beautiful, Soul Train. It's going to be nice down there.
And there's another picture I want to show. You were the ruler of the jungle at one game. When was that game, and what was it like, you know, being a part of that?
It was a little humbling, and to be honest, I wanted to do my best to represent Houday Nation because it was the Kansas City game, and that was one of the biggest regular season games of the year last year, that Kansas City game. Kansas City coming in, favored to beat us at home. Nobody thought we had a chance to win that game. Me standing up there a couple minutes before kickoff, kind of getting the crowd fired up with the Houday chant with that staff they gave me. I was the first fan that ever did that. It was always a player or somebody of way more importance than me up there. So for them to give me that honor during that Kansas City Chiefs game, I can't begin to tell you how humbling that was. It was an awesome experience.
The real Queen City, Cincinnati, versus the fake ones from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Carolina Panthers. Again, November 6th, Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox at Paycor Stadium. Be there, folks. Be there, Houday Nation. They need you. We need to be 5-4 going into break.
Houday! Houday! Houday think they'll beat them Bengals! Houday! Houday! Houday think they'll beat them Bengals! Nobody! Yeah, let's go Bengals! Beat the Panthers!
Stand up and cheer for dear old Western For today we raise the red and white above the rest. Rah, rah, rah. Our team is fighting, and we're bound to win the fray. We got the team, oh yeah, we got this team, oh yeah, for this is the old Western's Day. Well, I got a version of my own. I'm going to do this, my way. Hold on one second. Where's my sunglasses? Well, there they are. We're going to do this the Soul Train style. It's a little something I came up with when I was at college at WKU, and it goes a little something like this. Stand up and cheer, y'all just stand up and cheer. For the mighty Hilltoppers, as they're going to get their here, y'all scream and root. For the #1 recruits, as the coach just gets the troops ready. While Big Red eats a bowl of spaghetti, the Western fans are going to be ready. We got the team, we got the steam, for this is dear old Western's Day. Y'all better stand up and cheer, y'all just stand up and cheer, as we're going to be the #1 team in the state. U of L don't hate, this team is going to be great, and everybody in Bowling Green is going to be on the dream team. We got the team, we got the steam, for this is dear old Western's Day. And that's all she wrote. What's up once again, folks? This is a double header for me. This is like my second show on Thursday, on the very first day of December. This is your boy, Stanley Soul Train Jefferson in the house. Nice to see you all again, for the second time today. We got another great show for you here today. We got Bobby Billman of the Law Enforcement Against Drugs and Violence. Bobby, why don't you say hi to the people?
Hey, how's it going?
Nice to have you, my man. Nice to have you. This here reminds me of Dare. It reminds me of, Dare. You remember Dare, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, because this here, it reminds me of drugs and violence that we dealt with when we was growing up in the 90s, and it's still a thing going on now. It's a big, big thing, especially towards kids. Peer pressure is a big, big deal, nowadays. And with a program like yours, LEAD, that's what it's called. That's what the acronym is. It's LEAD. Why don't you start out by telling me, for those that don't know, including myself, because I heard of DARE, but this is the first time I ever heard of Law Enforcement Against Drugs and Violence.
Yeah. So the LEAD program, they started in 2014. Started off with just a handful of police officers that really wanted to start making a difference, and then they partnered with the Mendez Foundation. And together they've been able to come up with a curriculum that addresses not only the issues of drugs, but they combine in violence and bullying, and they increase the amount of mental health counseling and resources, so that way the schools have something to talk about, and they're really focusing on increasing more of teaching kids how to deal with these problems rather than just telling them what not to do.
What type of message does it give to the kids when they see these images that I'm showing here right now?
Well, the images there are really about creating an understanding about what the LEAD program is. Even though they're operating in 41 states, 12 different countries, and they've been around since 2014, backed up by the Department of Education, the What Works Clearinghouse, not enough people know about what they are, and I don't think the program is really as dense as we really need it to be to get the effective results we want for everybody.
All right. So I see here we got, a couple adults, people, what are they doing here in this picture here?
So the program has to start off with a combination of school resource officers being educated and trained. They do work with EMTs, first responders, veterans groups as well, but mainly the big instructors are the law enforcement groups. A lot of them are retired, but they partner them with the students in the classroom and with the teachers to maintain kind of the classroom control, because not everybody can manage a classroom of kids, especially when they range so heavily from kindergarten to 12th grade. So this is one of the instructional classes. Depending on whether the instructors have had educational experience before in the past, it's up to a 5-day training program. They get to go walk through all the specifics, walk through all the different curriculum, and they show different groups from around the country really kind of showing their support. It's kind of surprising, but most police departments have less than 10 officers. So kind of spreading this out and creating more programs that work with the school resource officer agencies is really what our focus is now, to create more instructors that are out there. Although there are 3,200 instructors, think about how many different classrooms there are out there.
Oh man. And most of these organizations, they have mascots, DARE, they have Darren the Lion. who's this dog right here? Because I seen on your business card that has this dog on here. Who is he?
That's Leo, right? So that's the mascot. It stands for law enforcement officer. So he goes out there, and that's kind of the representation we have for kind of a mascot. Seems approachable for all kids. Most people love dogs. I'm even allergic to them, but I still think they're pretty darn great.
Oh yeah, canines. They work wonders with law enforcement for sure, especially German Shepherds.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I love dogs too. You know, trust me, I love dogs. I mean, I want to get one day when I get a house. Trust me. Now, what are some specifics that you teach these kids when you go into these classrooms and talk to them about, about these things? Like, what's one thing that specifically that you want kids to get out of this when they go to your classroom? I mean, if they're watching this.
I mean, I've always been a big fan of kind of the logic behind why kids should abstain from doing drugs. I mean, like, the biggest thing is, like, that is a fundamental time where kids are developing the skill sets they need to be able to, like, comprehend and view the world and to be really good at making good, healthy decisions. So the biggest thing that we focus on is talking about the consequences of not just drugs, but, like, violence, bullying, like different substances in general. Like, it can impact their growth and development and really lead to long-term consequences down the line. And that's really what we're trying to avoid.
Folks, art, A-R-T-E. You go around Cincinnati, this man right here is beautifying Cincinnati with volunteers and kids alike. And later on in the show, I'm going to tell you how you can get involved with ARTE and Mr. Billingsley, double B's here. You know, he really, really brings art to life to people and inspiration. He brought inspiration to me. And once you see his artwork, you definitely going to see why it can be very inspiring to you. And speaking of which, Brent, I got some pictures that I collected from you on your Facebook page. I'm going to start out with this one. Each one I'm going to show. Okay. I want you to describe to me what it is. Okay. And also I want you to tell me, like, what does it really tell when you see artwork that you see in the background?
Okay, so that is a current art show that's at Gallery at Gumbo. That's on Main Street, downtown Cincinnati. So what that was a partnership with Gallery at Gumbo and Cincinnati Children's Hospital. And I had art students that I worked with to create essentially a body of work. So I got there, I met with them, and we talked about what they wanted to do. So we came up with this concept of Wakanda. And the reasoning behind Wakanda was because they look like us. And I thought that was powerful within itself, a very powerful statement, because to see kings and queens of color on the cutting edge of technology and intelligence, all within itself is empowering. And then the movie's dope too, so But yeah, so that was our theme. I work with 3, 4, 5 youth. So that was pretty powerful.
Now this one here, like, really inspired me because you told me about this off camera, because it has to do with this little boy right here. He's from Australia, correct?
Yeah, he's originally from Australia. Him and his parents currently live in Canada, but they're Australians and they have the accents to prove it. So yeah.
Tell me about Bird Brain Apparel.
So Bird Brain Apparel, these young brothers, man, I'm so proud of them. They have their own shop at the outlet mall that's over in Westchester. And they just, they're a bunch of young black entrepreneurs that are right now, they're crushing the game. They have a beautiful mindset, they have a beautiful line. They have apparel, they have shoes there. It's a beautiful space. And I think that being that young, they're brothers, and they're both like 20, I think 23, 21. They're young. And to be so young and have accomplished so much is impressive within itself. But man, what I love about them is they have an awesome spirit about them. Like when I'm with them, when I'm talking with them. So I met Charlie at the Freedom Center, because I meet people from Freedom Center all over the world, and Charlie has cancer, and they discovered it this year. So he's here actually at Children's Hospital getting treatment over there at the Children's Hospital off of Cincinnati Dayton Road. And the kid, man, was like relentless. Him and his father, I spoke with him at the Freedom Center. So we decided to have lunch that week. So we had lunch over there at the Outlet Mall, and I made him a little custom Charlie Brown shirt, you know, because his name is Charlie. And it's just, man, you know, it's amazing when you meet resilient, magnificent people who have dire circumstances past what you would ever even know, and you would never know it because of how much that kid smiles and cherishes life. It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing, you know. I mean, like I told you, you know, your artwork inspires people, and it definitely inspires Charlie right here. It really does. All right, now before you say something about this picture right here,
okay.
Every time I see that logo, I see it all the time when I go to Mason. It's over at Mason High School, but it's supposed to be a mural, correct?
Yeah, it's different now. So that was in the main cafe area before we started. The M is a little more dripped out now. So that was that was basically our canvas. So we did a little something with that. So we made the M a whole lot more spectacular, if I do say so myself. The kids came up with the design, and I kind of added my bells and whistles to it. And it was a process. So I met with the kids. We had a professional photo shoot. They kept all their pictures. And then we actually used images of the kids in the mural when it was all said and done with the final design. And again, that was a situation where we got with kids, we built relationships, and then we did something beautiful together.
All right. Now this picture here, you know, we see, you know, these girls right here, you know, they did an excellent job on this one. I see, you know, they're playing, you know, different sports, you know, just walking around look like.
Yeah.
I mean, explain to me what these kids did with this.
So that was a community project that we did at North College Hill. And actually there's 4 of those. That's just one of them. And it was a community-based project we did. It was about 50-something volunteers that we did on a Saturday. We came out and the theme was Kids at Play. And we did 4 parking spaces that were spaced apart. And that was beautiful, man. You know, the people came out and we had them painting. We started at 9 o'clock in the morning and we painted till we lost light. And even prior to that, the setup, we had to go. We power washed the sidewalk, we swept it, and then we primed it like another day, and then we actually laid down the designs like a week after we primed it. So that was a process. And then some of those girls who came and helped out were walking down the street when I was priming. So I said, hey, come on there, help out Mr. B, get these things primed. So if I'm ever painting a mural in the community, I don't never advertise that it's a community-based project usually. What I do is if I see some kids walking by, they come in and help paint. Then the next day they'll come and help paint. Then I'll feed them, then all their friends show up. So I don't never purposely say, hey, you know, I don't never advertise I'm doing a community-based mural. I will go there the day I'm painting and we'll knock on doors and we'll get kids out to come and assist on what we're doing in their neighborhood.
You know, every time I look at, you know, at these pictures, I mean, again, I know it's worth me telling you, I know it's cliche, but like every time I see something like this, it just inspires me. It gives me that identification of like who I really am as a person.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's some more pictures that I got too that I'm going to show later on. But like these pictures, it can like really identify yourself on, you know, who you are inside and what you can do, you know, because like when I like look at artwork, you know, there's an artwork that happened over there right across the street from Duke Energy Center. It has like Ronald Isley, Bootsy Collins, and all those. I know you didn't do that, but like that picture right there inspires me to like sing. I can sing too, you know. I got practice on my vocals, of course, but still, it inspires me. And, you know, every time, a question I have for you is, when people walk around and look at your artwork, whether it's at school or around Cincinnati, what do you want them to get out of it? You know, you kind of mentioned to me already the message, but like, what do you really want them to see when they look at your artwork that you and your volunteers, you know, put on here?
So, what do I want them to see? I guess I would want them to see that these images were done by the people that live here. I guess I want them to see, you know, something beautiful. You know, I'm very adamant at our public display. I'm adamant at everything that I actually create, purely, but if it's going to be seen in public, you want to put some extra oomph into it. You want to really make sure that it's beautiful, because people are going to be looking at it. And I really could care if people are judging it, but for the ones who are inspired by it, you want it to be aesthetically beautiful, but you want it to read up something that is indicative to that place that it's at, to the culture of people that created it, in order to whatever message you're trying to bring across. And my message is always that, you know, we're all birthed from the same clay, and I feel like we're in this thing together, no matter what your background or your belief system. You know, we all exist here on this planet, and it behooves us to recognize what we have in common rather than focus on what separates us.
All right, now this one right here, this is from this is Miss Obama, you know, former, you know, First Lady.
Yeah.
The word says "just dream." I mean, every time I look at that, it's like, when I looked at it this morning before you came in, it says to me that, okay, I could dream about what you really want to do. It's like something that a kid would do, but like as an adult, it's like it makes me want to dream even more. It's like me wanting to be a talk show host. It makes me want to dream even more. You know, go further along the distance to, like, you know, what does this picture really mean when you see Miss Obama and the word "just dream"?
So that's one of my children did that. So one of the youth I work with, I do T-shirt builds. So I would get with communities or with groups of people, and we make T-shirts. We whip out the acrylic, and I've got stencils I've cut, and we just, man, get creative. The goal is always, when you do a shirt, the goal is to use at least 2 to 3 stencils on a shirt. And this kid used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because all those, every word, the bird, the owl, they're all individual stencils. So they exceeded the expectations. And so this work was done by a young person. So a young person came up with this composition. I think it's beautifully framed. It's got a really good aesthetic to it. And so this is straight from the spirit and soul of how a young person was feeling on the day that we created these T-shirts. And you'll see those, and you'll see some that are absolutely fantastic to look upon. And this is one of them. So I could only, you know, so this is from the mind of someone else, but my interpretation is just that, you know, first African-American woman of color First Lady. So I can imagine what they were thinking when they put this in. You know, you got teamwork, because one of Obama's saying is that you're not in this by yourself, and having the courage to step out and achieve those pinnacles they have achieved.
Acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. Should old acquaintance be forgot in the days of Auld Lang Syne? Auld Lang.
What's up, everyone? Well, we're only 2 days away from the new year of 2023. I want to thank you all for tuning into my show today. It's your boy, Stanley Soul Train Jefferson. There's a lot that's been going on with me personally, and, you know, and other things. Before I begin this show, though, I want to pay a special tribute to my grandfather, Robert Ross Jefferson, who passed away on December 16th of this year. He was a great man, a great role model for my family, and so much more. So if you would, I would love for you all to join me in a moment of silence as I show pictures of himself and, just show how much he really means to me. So please, again, join me in a moment of silence. Thank you all so much. I mean, I'm gonna have a later show about him, along with my dad. I'm gonna have my dad on my show. We're gonna talk about the great things my grandpa, did not only for me, but for him and for the family and the community that he served at a later time next year. Now, on to the show, folks. Well, as I just mentioned, we're 2 days away from 2023, and New Year's is a time to reflect on the past, but start over again in the new year. And that's what I'm wanting to do this, for this coming new year. I want to start fresh. We all go through good times and bad times, in our lives. No matter what it is, we learn from these things. And my New Year's resolution that I want to do going into next year, it's pretty obvious, because everybody's trying to do it, go back to the gym, work out, and, stay fit, stay healthy, have a healthy lifestyle. But most importantly, I want peace in the world, not just here in Cincinnati, in the state of Ohio, or the tri-states, but also our beloved country of the United States of America and around the world. I want world peace. I want, everyone to be peaceful and happy. That's what I want to bring into 2023. That's what this show is about. It's about good vibes and good times. It's all about just showing what people can really bring into the world. You just show nice and kindness. That's what I'm about. That's what I want to bring in the next year. Love, kindness, and support. I couldn't thank y'all enough for being here today. I look forward to seeing y'all again. I definitely want to see y'all here again. Just keep in touch with me on everything that you all do going forward.
We will.
Thank you so much. Until next time, everybody, keep it fresh, Cincinnati.